What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm back here at Gettle Nissan of Sarasota, Florida, checking out this most popular compact SUV that Nissan makes. And of course, this is a 2024 Nissan Rogue that gets a slight refresh for 2024 model year, both on the exterior and interior. And today I'm going to take in a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to check it out as far as the design, engine, roominess, and the technology. And at the end of this video, I'm going to take you for a spin. So if you enjoy watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of this channel, consider subscribing. And now let's go back to this. All right, guys, ready for the quiz? I have a 2023 and a 2024 Rogue. Nissan said they redesigned it. Can you tell me which one is which? Now, I have a key to only one of them, so I'm going to give you a hint by hitting that lock and unlock button. And I'm going to see if the lights are blinking. So, of course, yes, this is the 2024 Nissan Rogue, and this is a 2023. Can you spot a difference and name them? Waiting. All right, well, it took me a while, but there are actually differences. The first difference is, of course, the grille. Now, you can see that this grille is bigger. It has some chrome trims that are incorporated inside of this grille. So they basically took all of this outside portion of the grille and incorporated it into the grille itself, making it a little bit bolder style look. Now, the lights, they're still the same. You still have the LED daytime running lights and the turn signals, and your headlights units are the same as well. And these are LED, but LED reflector, not the LED projector lights. And of course, this bottom portion of the front end is different as well. As you can see on this picture, the 2023, 2024 brand new Nissan logo on it. No changes in the hood design. They look identical. And if you're wondering if there's any changes underneath the hood, let's pop it up and find out. The hood, sadly, it's still the same 1.5 liter 3-cylinder variable compression turbocharged engine. Variable compression because it can adjust the compression based on the driver demand, either optimize it for efficiency or performance according to Nissan. 201 horsepower, 225 foot-pounds of torque. Those numbers look very promising, but if you remember, I test-driven one and I wasn't too crazy about it. And maybe because that is made it to a CVT transmission, we're going to give it another go. Maybe the one that I test drove was not the right example. What else we have in this engine compartment? Underneath the hood, you have some sound insulation, prop stick. I'm not even going to ding it for it because most of the manufacturers, with the exception of Hyundai and Kia, still put the prop stick instead of hood struts underneath. And let's take a look at the side profile because there's really no changes here on the side. But let's take a look and see what we have. So we have the 18-inch wheels that are standard with the SV model. And there's several different wheel designs that are available. So you can go to Nissan's website and check out and pick the one that you want. I actually like this one. This is the two-color kind of gray and silver with the brand new Nissan logo right in here. And surrounding it is this matte black cladding that continues throughout the entire vehicle right underneath here at the bottom of the doors, the side skirt. And if you look at the mirror, now we have the blind spot assist inside of the mirror, but there's no turn signal on it. Tops of the mirrors are the same color as the rest of this vehicle. And if you enjoy this color, that's the brilliant silver, of course. And then we have this black A-pillar, some chrome trim piece on top. Everything else is blacked out. We also have the low profile roof rails. In order to utilize them, of course, you need to put some crossbars on it. And this one as well has the panoramic sunroof. So I'm going to check that out, one on the interior of this vehicle. Overall, this is not a bad looking vehicle. I always like the Rogue design, so it hasn't changed. That's good. Let's take a look at the back. So here they are, guys, 2023, 2024. Again, can you spot the differences? Now, there's a lot less differences in the back than there were in the front. Well, let's go through the 2024 first. I like this gate spoiler. You also have the third brake light, exposed wiper, Nissan logo, and the Rogue. And if you notice that these are chrome, and this is more of that satin look. And I've seen that all 2023 have that chrome, and they're all SVs as well, so I'm not sure if it's different based on the color or if this is the look that Nissan is going for. I actually like this one a lot better. So you have the SV. This one is the front wheel drive. As far as the lights, no difference as far as the light setup. Where's the key? Let me blink them for you so you can kind of get an idea of what they are. So we have the incandescent turn signal, you have the LED as far as the reverse lights and as far as the tail lights over here, and there's slight a bit of difference in the bumper itself. Actually, this portion right here only. Okay, this is a lot smoother. This one was extending just a little bit. You still have the parking sensors down here, and we're gonna open up this one. That's the one that I have the key for, and we're gonna see how much room there is inside. So nice to have the power lift gates right on top. You have two buttons, one to lock it and one just close it. And down inside you have tons of room. Now over 37 cubic feet of storage, which is, if it's not class leading, it's pretty close to it. As you can see on each side, you have a little nook right here that you can put some stuff in here. And down underneath this floor you have a spare tire. This is the temporary use spare tire. Oh, very interesting looking bracket right inside. Not sure what that's for. So here's your floor settings. Now, if that wasn't enough cargo space, it goes to over 77 cubic feet once you drop the seats, which have the 60-40 split. So tons of room for a compact SUV. Now let's take a look how much room we have for passengers. So let's start right here with the rear door panel, and huge props to Nissan for using some premium materials. This is all soft. Now remember, I've done some Toyotas and some Hondas where the rear panel was completely trash, was all the cheap plastic. This is not the case with Nissan, so I gotta give credit where credit is due. Really nice design, and also I haven't seen any of the competitors having the rear sunshade in this class of a vehicle. Now as we go inside, this is the SV premium model, so we have the leatherette trimmed seats. Okay, nice and very comfortable. So that's, again, this is one of the advantages that Rogue has over the competitors, is the comfort of the drive, and of course have the foldable armrest with the cup holders. In the middle console you have two vents and the two USB Type-C ports, and the passenger side has also an additional storage in the seatback. Driver's side does not. Let me jump inside and let's see how much room I have. Here's one thing that Nissan has an advantage over the competition. Look how wide this door opens. So this is really 90 degrees as far as opening, giving you the most room to get inside of the back seat. And as I mentioned before, the comfort of it is unmatched with the competition. I haven't seen that. It's more comfortable than the Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, Mazda CX-50. And you also have the Kia Sportage and the Hyundai Tucson. This is more comfortable than those, so this one definitely wins in this category. I also fit in very nicely in here, leaving about 2 inches in front of my knees, about 2 inches above my head, and plenty of shoulder room, so it is a comfortable drive. Now I don't see any adjustments, but the seats are nicely reclined, so I feel comfortable riding in the back. And of course, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. Boom. This is solid. This is very nice. And then of course on the front door panel we have similar setup as in the rear, so you have all soft plastic materials, including this top portion right here. Then we have the mirror, window, and lock controls, as well as some storage down underneath here. Non-branded stereo. And then as we move inside of this vehicle, you can see that the seats are slightly better contoured than the rears, so you have some bolsters, and you also have some power adjustments right here on this SV trim. That includes your lumbar support. And one thing that I won't be able to see once I get inside this vehicle, let's move this out of the way, but you have all of this room down here to store additional items if you wanted to. We'll get to the interior in just a bit, but let's take a look on what's going on the left hand side of the steering wheel. So you have the dimmer, you have the auto start stop button, you can open the gate, bunch of blank buttons, and you have the steering wheel icon. This is not the heated steering wheel. I wonder what that is. If you know what that is, let me know, and let's jump inside. I'll show you the rest of it. So here's the interior of this 2024 Nissan Rogue, and quite frankly, I don't see much changes, and that's because most of the changes are going to be available on the SL and the Platinum models, and that's going to include the bigger screen, some new technology. We're going to talk about it as we go, but let's take a look and see what's going on. Now, I spent some time criticizing some of the other manufacturers for the lack of soft materials. There's no shortage of those in Nissan Rogue. So let's take a look at the dashboard. The dashboard is very nice and soft, and that includes that top portion right here. There's nothing really going on in here. I mean, we don't have the head-up display on this particular one, or in the big speakers, or mounted in it, but everything is quality. So huge props to Nissan for doing this. That of course includes the door panels and such. And let's take a look at the steering wheel. I like the way that the steering wheel looks and feels. We have the flat bottom steering wheel right here, brand new Nissan logo. We have a little bit of this polished aluminum trim piece, nothing too crazy, not too much, not too little. I really do like the steering wheel. It's leather wrapped, and you have some buttons on each side. So on the left hand side you have the volume control, and we can adjust what's going on in the instrument cluster. We can also do the seek and track, and we hit the menu for the audio sources, etc. Now on the right hand side we have the cruise control, phone and the voice control, as well as we can turn on and see what's available as far as the safety systems. We can adjust the gap between you and the car in front of you for the dynamic cruise control. And behind you can see, yeah, the pedal shifters. Even though it is a CVT transmission, Nissan gives you the simulated gears. So if you want to feel that regular torque converter, now it's funny, they put the CVT transmission and they mimic the torque converter. Anyways, so here's your instrument clusters. On the right hand side you'll find the analog speedometer with the fuel gauge, and on the left hand side you'll find the tachometer with the temperature. Now in the middle you have this digital display. Now on the SL and Platinum models you're going to get a fully 12.3-inch fully digital display, but you don't get it on the lower models like S and SV. And in the middle right here you have all the information that you need, like the time, the temperature, the range, which gear you're in, which drive mode you're in, and how many miles the vehicle has. And in the middle and the big display you can select of what's going on. So now I have the driver assist, or basically the safety systems. So we see what we have: steering assist, lane assist, blind spot assist, emergency assist, parking assist, rear cross traffic alert. Then we have the drive alert, alertness, timer alert, and low temperature alert. So those are all on. You can turn them off if you wanted to. Let's see what else is going on here. So we have the system right now, it's on, and this is for your VDC scanning. Let's see if there's anything out in this menu. No. As far as settings, you have the VDC settings, driver assistance, eco mode settings, TPMS settings, clock, vehicle settings. So there's a lot of customization here, even though this is a little screen. So you have the power back door. We have this on, so we're going to try that as well. Lighting, locking, wipers, rear door alert off. Turn that on if we wanted to, alert only. Let's see what it's going to do. And then what else do we have here? Vehicle settings, we were here already. And then let's go back to, now this is your safety systems. Let's see what's going on. So as far as, we have the blind spot, lane keep assist is off for some reason, and the forward collision warning is off as well. Emergency assist, let's see, is this on? Emergency braking, rear auto braking. So you have your AM, FM, so you have your radio display here as well. Tire pressure, let's see what else we have. Stop start, fuel save, variable compression turbo, you have the PSI compression ratio. And this is your home screen, so you can set it up to see AM, FM, Sirius XM, and Bluetooth audio. That's your instrument cluster. That hasn't changed. What also hasn't changed is the infotainment system. So let's take a look at this, see what we have. So this is your main screen. This is your main menu. As you can see, you have the radio, and you can select the sources, AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth audio. You can have Apple CarPlay, of course, Android Auto. Now, those are wired connection on the S and SV trims, and wireless on the SL and Platinum. And let's go to some of the other options that we have. AM, FM, Bluetooth audio, and the clock. And that's pretty much it, what you have in the main screen. Now, right here at the bottom, you have some shortcuts. So you have the shortcut for phone, audio connections, info and settings. I do have my phone connected, as you can see, but it's only for phone and for calls and music, but not Android Auto. Android Auto, I'd have to connect it via USB. And then you also have the button right in the middle here for the main menu. Info will take you to some notification, Nissan Connect services, system information, vehicle data transmission. Now, Nissan Connect services right now, if you purchase 2024 Rogue, instead of getting a 3-month trial for Nissan Connected services, you're going to get a 3-year, or instead of getting a 6-month trial, I should say, for 2023, you get a 3-year trial. So a big improvement here. And there's some customizations that you can do as far as the connections, phone sound, clock, customize, menu, apps, system, voice, camera, others, and system update. We're going to put it in reverse really quick, see what the camera looks like. And it looks just okay. I'm not going to be, you know, dinging it because it's in line with a lot of competitors. However, it could be so much better because it's still kind of grainy, to be honest with you. We do have the active trajectory lines, which is a big plus. Put it back in park. And down here at the bottom, you have the display settings, so you can change from night and day display. You have the track, audio, menu, phone, camera, and back button. And what's also important, you have the volume and power button and the scroll tune button on the other side. Not digging this big bezel here, but that's what it is. It is what it is. I like the surroundings of it. Like I mentioned before, this is all nice and soft materials. Down at the bottom, you find 2 vents. You also have the automatic climate control. As you can see, it's a dual zone climate control, which is a big plus. This SV Premium has heated seats, heated steering wheel, which, by the way, you can control those through the connected services, through Nissan app. So you have 3 years trial with this. Use it. Here's your fan control right here, as well as the position of the vents that the air is coming out of. Front window defogger, rear window defroster, and down here at the bottom is where you start the car. So you have your start stop button, 2 USB Type-C ports, and a 12-volt power outlet. No wireless charging on this model, but the higher end trims will get the wireless charging. This is the shifter we've seen on the last year already. So this is the digital shifter, reverse, drive. You can put it in manual settings as well, where you can change the gears on that steering wheel and push park to park. 2 decent size cup holders, electronic parking brake, auto hold, and we have the mode, standard, eco, and sport. Those are the 3 modes that we have on it. I actually like this trim right here. This is not that typical piano black, which a lot of manufacturers are using. Kind of textured. I mean, you still see a little bit of the fingerprints, but I think it's easier to maintain. And you have this butterfly style console, which you can open. And what else is here? Nothing else. Yeah, little compartments here and there. Push the button, opens it up. Now, right on top, nothing too crazy on the mirror itself. You have the sunglasses holder, and with this SV Premium, you also get this panoramic sunroof, which is a nice size, as you can see. The front panel opens, the rear panel is stationary. Now I can see if we can open this up and see it goes right underneath this panel, giving you about this much room. You have the windscreen. Close this off, guys. This is the interior of this 2024 Nissan Rogue SV Premium. Well, let's take it for a spin. Before we do that, let's talk about the pricing and the trim levels that are available for 2024 model year. The base Rogue is the Rogue S, and it starts at $28,320 with the front-wheel drive. You get $1,500 for the all-wheel drive. It's going to be at $29,820. Rogue SV front-wheel drive starts at $30,010, and if you go for the all-wheel drive, $31,510, so again $1,500 difference. The SL for front-wheel drive, $35,170, and the all-wheel drive, $36,670, and then finally the platinum level, which is the highest trim level, starts at $38,600, and the all-wheel drive is at $40,100. All of the prices are plus destination of $1,365, and there's several different packages that you can choose from. So the SV premium package, that's the vehicle that I'm sitting in right now, is $2,100, making total MSRP of this vehicle $34,475 after destination and a few options that I'm going to list in the description of this video. The SL premium package is slightly less expensive because it comes with more feature standard. It's at $1,290, and the platinum premium package is at $990. So you can also opt in for the platinum premium paint with a two-tone color, the different color roof, different color body for $745. Premium paint is $395, and the two-tone paint on the higher trim levels is $350. So different options that are available. You can go to nissanusa.com, and probably very soon they're going to have that pricing on the website. Right now they only have the pricing for the 2023 model year. Well, without further ado, put it in gear and take it for a spin. So overall, this vehicle feels good. I mean, it feels very comfortable. Like I mentioned before, it's probably the most comfortable compact SUV on the market. I think it's more comfortable than the RAV4, CR-V, even the Korean competitors, and it feels good, right? I mean, on paper, the engine actually looks really good too, because even though it's got a small displacement 1.5 liter engine and the 3 cylinders only, that variable compression turbo giving it 201 horsepower, 225 foot-pounds of torque. Like I mentioned before, I wasn't too impressed with it on the previous year Rogue that I've tested, but I am open-minded. I am giving it another shot, and we're going to take it on the road and see what it can do. Now, as far as the gas mileage, this one is 33 as far as the combined gas mileage, and that means it's got 30 in the city, 37 on the expressway, and if that holds true, that's a pretty good number for a non-hybrid vehicle. A couple things to mention before I actually start driving. I like the size of the windshield. The mirror are the right size. Good visibility even through the rear view mirror if there's nobody sitting behind. You have the blind spot assist that's working right now. You can see that there's a truck pulled up. So I mean, a lot of good things that are coming out of that Rogue. I'm really trying, guys, and the reason I say that is because some of you say, hey, you just don't like the Rogue, and that was true. I didn't like the 2023 model year, but I'm coming back. I'm doing a full review. These are my thoughts. You might have different ones on the vehicle, but I'm comparing it to some of the other vehicles, competitors that are on the market right now. And if you follow my channel, you know that I've pretty much tested every single one of them. And that including the Kia Sportage, Hyundai Tucson, Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, Mazda CX-50, Mazda CX-5. That's just to name the few. So we're coming down to the last thing, and that is the test drive, to see how that performs on the road. So here it is, guys. The first test, we're gonna go hard on it, but not beat on it. 0, let's go. All right, we got about 55. What I notice is that there is this whining noise coming in from the engine, and maybe the transmission. I'm not sure which one is it. I don't know if you can hear it. That's that CVT. I don't know. Let's put it in the, can we put it in the manual mode? Do a little bit of gear shifting manually. Reduce it. Just makes the vehicle louder. But with all that, okay, so the acceleration, I mean, it might not be the most exhilarating experience that you get. The car is very comfortable when you drive it. Still not digging that CVT transmission, but the power is there. even though the engine sounds fairly loud comparing to the competitors, but the power is there. About 7.5 seconds, 0 to 60, just about the average on the segment. I mean, unless you go with the Mazda CX-50, the turbo one, you probably won't get much more. Or if you go with like the plug-in hybrid, like the Toyota RAV4 Prime, you're gonna get the better acceleration. But you know, that's not what you're buying a family midsize SUV. So overall, guys, to sum it all up, here's a few things about this Rogue. Here's what I like. You know, I like the overall design of it. I mean, that's very subjective. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't think that redesign or refresh makes it a whole new vehicle. It's just the trim pieces here and there. To me, not a huge difference. What I really, really like about this vehicle is the interior quality and finishes that Nissan is doing, and therefore it feels more luxurious on the interior than some of the other competitors, even though it doesn't have as much of technology, especially as the Korean ones, but it just feels like it's put together a lot better. And with the SL and the premium models getting this whole new technology, I think it's finally getting to the point where it could give a run for their money for the competitors such as Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, and especially the Koreans ones that were always at the forefront of that technological advancement in the vehicles. So guys, I hope this video is helpful and I hope you learned one or two things. And if you did, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on that bell notification ring bell so you won't miss any of the videos that are coming out. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.